Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers, Titan's Return, Astrotrain, and his Titan Master Darkmoon. Now this is, of course, Voyager class Astrotrain from the Titan's Return line. This is a repaint of Sentinel Prime, although, you know, it could be argued that Sentinel Prime... Wow. It could be argued that this guy was meant to come out first, and Sentinel Prime is a really repaint of him, but no matter how you slice it, this guy, aside from the headmaster himself, this guy looks pretty much like a straight repaint. Like, it doesn't look like there's any remolding going on here. And I could be wrong about that. Obviously, once I get him out of the package, I'll be able to compare him more closely to Sentinel Prime. But at first glance, again, outside of the head sculpt, it looks like the exact same figure. So, you know, take that as you will. Positive, negative, whatever. He still has the pylons on the sides of his head, but those can be, you know, put down, which will probably make him look quite a bit better, although it may make him look like he's got too small of a head. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So here on the back you can see the shuttle mode, of course, the big, really uninspiring train mode you know, here. And of course he's got a little bio as well as a co-cell with the other Transformer Titan Master figures. The Decepticons unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Astrotrain uses the cloaking ability of Darkmoon to travel behind enemy lines without being detected. Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of just really, really basic. But anyway, you can see on the side, we've got some cool little imagery here. But I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy open, and we're going to check him out right now. Okay guys, so before we get into Astrotrain here, I do want to show you, of course, the little collector card that comes with the figure. You can see a really nice little illustration of Astrotrain here. And then on the back, we can see his stats. The stats in red are, of course, his base stats. And then, of course, with the blue is when he has Darkmoon attached. So he's, you know, he's okay. He's doing all right. I guess speed is his, you know, highest power, which is whatever. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. But yeah, it's a nice little card they include with the figure. So on to Astrotrain himself. I decided to start us off in his shuttle mode, his space shuttle mode. And as you can see, it is exactly the same as far as I can tell as Sentinel Prime. There's no real difference here. And I'm not really gonna compare them side by side. I don't think it's necessary. They are the same figure overall. Just up a little bit. Actually, here, hold on. I think I might. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I messed it up, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The little guns here on the edges of the wings actually go underneath this part and then plug in up here. And that is the correct transformation. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. All right, there you go. So now we have the shuttle mode correctly transformed, and he's got some weapons here the same as Sentinel Prime. One that the Titan Master can sit in, and then this one which can actually plug into the other one and like double up on your gun fun. So you got that going on. We'll just toss those off to the side for now, and we can take a look at the shuttle. It looks kind of like a shoe with some purple wings stuck on the end of it. It's a little weird, but I mean, it's okay. Honestly, I would have really liked to have seen them do something else with this, like remold it, retool it just a little bit, just so this is maybe more pronounced. You know, so it's, you know, change up the feet a little bit, just to make them more conventional shuttle looking. I think that's kind of what I'm going for. Like, you know, just make it look a little bit different than Sentinel Prime. But whatever, it is what it is. You know. Overall, it's not terrible. You can see, you know, on the bottom here, there's just a lot of purple going on. You got a little landing gear here and in the front. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Now, This guy does turn into a train, as is in his name. You would assume so. And to do that, we're going to unplug the wings here. Assuming I can. There we go. Unplug the wings. And you know what? I didn't look at the instructions. It's been a while since I messed with my other dude. So we're just going to play this by ear and kind of hope we get it somewhere in the ballpark. But basically, we want to spread out the arms like so. And the legs, we're actually going to detach and move up with the entire waist section here. There's actually a little wheel down there. So we're just going to do that, and then this is going to actually, like, kind of, you know, sit right there, like so. Just pop that up. And then these bits, you can see there's a little peg here. It's going to go into this screw hole just like that. And do the same on the other side, basically. You've got little wheels on the side here. We're going to flip down just like that. Make sure you flip this up as well. Little wheels go down on the side. And then do the same thing on the opposite end. Just clip that all together. Make sure these bits are plugged in correctly-ish. Flip down the little fake train wheels. Make sure you flip these side bits in. Make sure these are flipped down. And then these are going to come down. You can see the tabs here and slots here. We're going to just go ahead and peg that in like so. And peg that in like so. And then these can kind of go like that or down like that, or really whatever makes you most happy. And that's basically the train mode for this guy. Not a lot going. Actually, nope, that's not it. Sorry. You do want to flip out the front end here. And here's kind of another part that bothers me. You can have both ends be this side. You can have one end be one and one the other, or you can flip them both. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. So there you go. There's the train mode. Now the thing is, like, I don't know. I have a problem with this. So this is just a repaint of Sentinel Prime. There's nothing changed about it other than the colors. You couldn't have, like, made this a more train-looking front end, like a more typical train-looking. Again, like I said with the shuttle, just change it up a little bit, guys. You know, just make it look a little different. Just so we feel like we're getting something new out of this. But no, you got this kind of train thing, and there's no real reason for it. I mean, if they changed this up, not only would you get, you know, a little bit better looking train mode, but you could also get some different feet out of this. You might actually be able to make these into, like, viable front feet if you wanted to change the feet around. Or, you know, just anything like that. I don't know. It just bothers me. But whatever. It is what it is. This is the train mode, and it's not particularly strong on either this or Sentinel Prime. But you're not really in it for this train mode, I would imagine. So we're just going to go ahead and transform him to robot mode. Alright, so transformation into robot mode is also very simple. We're just going to pull up the wings here. We're actually going to pop this piece open and grab Darkmoon here. And we'll just show this guy off real quick as well if it wants to play nice with us. So Darkmoon, pretty cool. He's got little, like, blasters on the sides of his arms. He's got a very Decepticon looking head. And it might even be actually the same head as Sentinel Prime's little guy, but that's alright. We can flip those bits down and flip the legs down and around, and of course, there you have Astrotrain's head ready to rock and roll. And it's a decent head sculpt for Astrotrain. So we're going to go ahead and flip that shut again. Flip this whole section to the back of what will become the robot mode. Don't peg it in just yet because we want to just leave some clearance for these other bits. But we're going to detach the arms from the train bits here. Pull this all down. We're going to flip down these panels, actually flip up the fake train wheels, and now flip down these panels. That'll kind of clear the way for us a little bit. So flip that, flip this down. I apologize if I'm going kind of quick. If you want to see more in-depth, I certainly do that in my Sentinel Prime review. But at this point, you know, this figure's pretty much been seen before by most, if not all. So we're just kind of moving it right along. Now, again, I did say in my Sentinel Prime review, and I will point this out here, that his feet cannot really be changed much from where they, from what they're designated to be. So I saw in some, you know, back when this was just a prototype and it wasn't colored really, or maybe it was colored, I don't quite remember. Back when it was just Sentinel Prime and they were just hinting that it was going to be an Astrotrain, we did kind of see them use both of these feet, or both of these bits as feet. But the problem is you can't really use these train bits as feet because the backs are so sloped that they just roll right back. Now, if they had done for Astrotrain or Sentinel Prime, what I mentioned, you know, making this like maybe a little bit bulkier, or making this a little bit differently shaped, or just doing another cutout here, you could have gotten a little more wiggle room out of these pieces and gotten some different feet to kind of differentiate between the two characters. But in either instance, they really want you to use these wingtip looking shoes for the feet, and then these are kind of, sort of, but not really ankles of some kind. But yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. But you're going to go ahead, you're going to plug this together. It doesn't look like the hips on this guy plug together all that terribly flush. I mean, it's tight enough, it's not going anywhere, but it's not particularly flush. And then we're just going to bring these bits down, form the arms, and then these are going to become the fists, like so. Ow, ow, ow. They don't want to come out. They just want to like pull my fingernails off, which is not exciting to me. All right, now we can plug this piece into the back. We can move these guys back out of the way and kind of get these. We'll just fold them back and then out to kind of give them that sort of Astrotrain-y appearance with the wings on the sides. And then, of course, we take Darkmoon here and we just plug him in. Now, you can, of course, if you want to, press this middle, this button in his chest, and that will raise, in theory, there you go, raise the pylons on the sides of his head. I don't really think that screams Astrotrain, and it kind of makes it look even more so like Sentinel Prime. So, I mean, for my part, I'm just going to leave those down. His head it's a little bit small for the robot, but, you know, again, it's a robot. He doesn't have to have human proportions because he's not a human. So, you know, whatever. Take your Uncanny Valley and stick it in your nose there, Chief. So, you can, of course, take the blasters or whatever and stick those in his hands and do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, he's got that going on. So there is Astrotrain in a robot mode, and he's got all the articulation you know and love, I guess. He's got, you know, ball-jointed head, so you can move that sucker around. He's got the arms, which are tight joints. There you go, like so. Arms, they go out. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got the elbow swivel. His hands can swivel in and out if you really, you know, desire that to be a thing. No waist swivel, unfortunately. He does have some hips going out there. He's got some hips going out here. He's got the knee bend. And he's got a little wiggle in his feet from that transformation joint. All in all, it's an okay figure. I honestly feel as though Sentinel Prime was maybe a little more solid. And maybe that's simply a matter of, you know, that's the mold that came out first. Maybe there's some mold degradation going on there, which makes me feel as though maybe Astrotrain should have come out first, you know. I get why they didn't, because then it would be 2 Decepticons in the first wave of Voyagers. But at the same time, you know, maybe save Galvatron for Wave 2 and bring him out with Alpha Trion, you know. But at the same that adds its own problems, because, you know, Galvatron is not, in my opinion, a terribly strong Voyager. But again, just my opinion. But anyway, it's an okay figure. I mean, it's easy to transform, as you saw. It's really simple to switch between all those modes. And, you know, it's a cool robot, so I'll give it points there. It's really up to you whether or not you want to pick this guy up. If you didn't pick up Sentinel Prime and you were waiting for this guy, yeah, it's totally fine. I mean, it's a nice solid figure. It's a fun figure to mess around with. But if you already have Sentinel Prime, this guy is easy enough to pass on. Especially if you're not, you know, if you're not attached to Astrotrain as a character. If you know, you're from a younger audience and it's like, you know, the original character names don't really mean that much to you, then yeah, it's just a repaint. But other than that, I mean, it's an okay figure. Nothing wrong with it. So take that as you will. That is going to be the end of this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I've got more Transformers Titan Return coming very soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.